reason this trailer was created, the Danco dual dumping trailer, was we had a garden center at the time, and what I was doing was I was consistently sending a truck out with one load, and we were delivering 1 yard per house. The truck would leave, the truck would come back, I would waste gas, I would waste time, I would waste the employees' effort. And our exposure to the traffic problem was even greater because every time the kid went out with a delivery, there was a chance he could have an accident. So I was loading landscapers consistently, and I was watching these guys struggle with boards in the middle of their loads, with plywood. I was watching their tarp systems blow off. So I said, well, why don't we put something together where we could create a dual dumping system, but also in turn be able to segregate the loads inside the boxes so that we could go to a job with more than one load without creating a lot of problems. Because no matter what we did, we would always contaminate the load with another form of red mulch or a form of round stone, and it was all getting mixed up. So we developed this system where we'd have side-by-side boxes. Each one dumps independently. In turn, the center dividers that we have can come out and they're stored on the sides so that you could put your tractor on. So what we did was then created load dividers that would go in between so that at any one time, if we chose, we could haul 4 different products to a site without having to go back and forth to the landscape yard and pick up more material. The best part about the whole thing is it made us look more professional when we showed up to a job. We didn't have pieces of plywood thrown all over the lawn. We didn't have pieces of cardboard in between and all bent and folded, and our tarps weren't blowing off going down the road. So just the professional look really helped us with our image when we'd show up. The other thing was when we were sending out loads of material and it was 1 yard of mulch or 1 yard of topsoil, we were getting maybe $45 for the delivery and the 1 yard of material. Every time we sent the kid out with a delivery, if he wasted 15 minutes per delivery over the course of the delivery season, which is 240 days. If you waste 15 minutes over 240 days, one time, you lose $3,000 off your bottom line. If you do that same process and you waste 1 hour of time over the course of 240 days, and if it's 145 delivery for that day, you can lose as much as $10,800 off your bottom line. Because if you go out and back and waste 15 minutes in traffic, that time for that delivery, and you go out and back and you waste another 15 minutes over the course of one day, you might make 10, you might make 14 deliveries in one day during the peak season. It's so easy to waste an hour of time, and you think it's not hurting you, but when you look over the whole maintenance season of 240 days, you just find out that you just lost $10,000 just through wasted time of having your employee out there with the exposure of not being able to get the job done in a quick order. We developed this not to reinvent the whole system of trailers. It's a way to save time and save money, and in turn put more money on your bottom line, because time is everything. It's not how fast you get the job done, it's the amount of time wasted to get to the job. One reason we developed this system was we have the capability with this product to haul individual loads. Each box will hold at least 2 yards of any material flush with the sides of the trailer. If you add additional sideboards on it, you can get more material on in the case of mulch or in the case of any light aggregate product. We found that we were dragging the tractor to the job, so now we can take the center dividers out to get our tractor there. We can put our centers back in while the employees are working with the tractors, and in turn go get our 2 yards of runner crush. We can get a yard of stone dust and go back and complete the job with one trailer. Then in turn we can take and put the waste product on one side, and any material that's left over at the end of the day you can go back, because how many times have you had more product than you need on a job? You waste more time by taking and trying to distribute that product throughout the shrubbery beds, whether it be mulch or topsoil. But now, if you bring back a half a yard of runner crush at the end of the day, or a half a yard of stone dust at the end of the day, instead of wasting it or dumping it off, you can dump it back in your pile. You dump it back in your pile, you're saving $14 $14 doesn't seem like a lot, but that's the gas for the next day's job. Now, if you take that situation and you do that over the course of the year, maybe it could be 10 times, maybe it could be 20 times, easily, by just bringing home extra product, you can save $500 throughout the course of the year. And that's a big savings to anybody. And you're not even working to save it. You're just using your head. They have to use their heads. They have to think outside the box. How do I go about my day to make myself more efficient during the day? And the only way you can do it is by knowing the schedule that you have to keep during the day and set up your loads accordingly and travel from site to site and either distribute or pick up and dump off according to the day, and you never go back to the yard, and you never have to backtrack, and you never have to shovel, and you never have to do anything but push a button to unload.
The Danco Products Dual Dump System can save you money and pay for itself in 1 year. The Danco Products Dual Dump System provides an efficient use of time, reduces vehicle use, fuel consumption, depreciation, accident exposure, and provides a professional appearance on the job. The Danco Products Dual Dump System has the ability to handle a number of bulk products and will also transport equipment from site to site. The Danco Products Dual Dump System, designed by a landscaper for landscapers. To order your Danco Products Dual Dump System, call 1-800-832-5409.